We're going to start this episode off with a video of someone with the survival skills of a carrot, all right? But before we start this video, give this video a like and subscribe, all right? Trying to get 100,000 subs, you know? The chanting started off faint, but I knew I wasn't crazy. I decided to check it out. Why would you do that? These people need to be hired for horror films because they're the ones going, oh, look, there's a person in the forest with a chainsaw. Let's go and have a look, eh? Are you crazy? Go home.
I don't know where it's coming from. I genuinely, like, what is this?
Do you need to know?
It just keeps going.
Sounds like I'm in a party.
Fuck?
What are you thinking, mate? You've got the survival instincts of a fart, haven't you? Like, if you hear a bunch of fellas in their knickers holding a pair of sticks in the flipping pitch black, chanting, talking to a flipping tree or something, why are you going to get your phone out? Who thinks I'm going to get my phone out, I'm going to stick a torch on so everyone knows where I am, and I'm going to go and have a look? Why? Why would you do this? You know, and I have the IQ of a carrot. Believe me. I just found out that chickens have two hatches. You know, one for the egg, other for the non-egg. Right? Just go home, mate. Turn around and go home. Because let me tell you something.
Oh, man. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something else, man. Let me tell you something about...
They're not going to invite you in for tea and biscuits, are they? You're going to be their dinner. They're not going to invite you to dinner. All right? So turn around, go home, run for your life. How about you try that?
Actually a sound that will change your hearing forever.
Wait, no, I don't want to hear it.
First, I want you to listen to this. Tell me what you hear.
Okay.
What do you hear?
Alien, like...
Just like robots, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna play you another sound, and once I play you this sound, it's straight up gonna change you forever.
Okay.
Ready?
It was a sunny day and the children were going to the park.
Okay. Because you heard that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna replay the other sound.
Okay.
And tell me what you hear.
No way. That actually works.
You hear the voice now!
I hear it.
And you hear it.
I hear it. I still
And,
hear
and
it.
you can never not hear it anymore. That was the original audio.
Oh, that was the... Are you
That's
sure, though?
So what this... It changes your brain because it gave you more information. And now you're subconsciously listening. This is where it gets scary.
Okay.
Because that's exactly what's being played to us every single day.
What you mean?
Music? With news, with media, we're subconsciously being taught different things, waiting to hear an outcome that we already know. So we're not really in control anymore. And it's very subconscious.
Man, that is mind-blowing. It's very rare that I get that shocked by a TikTok video. I mean, there's all of us can learn something from that. And this is why, for me, I gave up my popular music, like pop music, Hollywood music, dark music, heavy metal. As much as I love that music, I've decided to delete all of it off my phone because it was when I'd learned that it was affecting me and the way I think, the way I am as a person. Because music does impact us. If aliens were actually coming here and hiding in clouds and the government knew, they would just all meet together and go, right, what should we call this cloud then, boys? Let's call it the flipping...
Potato cloud. Don't worry, public. It may look like a UFO, but it isn't. It's just a cloud.
I think they've done that with a lot of things. Like octopus, for example. That thing's a flipping alien. I saw one for the first time through my goggles when I was diving out in Spain 2 years ago. That thing was an alien.
There's only one city in America that isn't on Google Maps Street View, North Oaks. It's the wealthiest city in Minnesota. So I tried to map it myself because technically anyone can upload 360 photosphere photos to Google Maps. But the second I got there, I realized why Google almost got sued by the town. Every entrance in the city is marked no trespassing, and there are cameras and license plate readers. That's because in North Oaks, your property line doesn't go to the end of the curb, it goes all the way into the center of the road, leaving behind no public roadways. But property lines stop at the ground. Airspace works differently. According to the FAA, the airspace above North Oaks is unrestricted. And to be clear, I didn't want to be sued myself, so I studied for a few hours and went to take the Part 107 drone pilot test. I passed. Turns out it's actually pretty easy to become a pilot. Alright, here we go. Then I launched a drone from the public streets that border the city and took 360 photos from a camera dangling beneath the drone along every road to map the entire city from above. And now Google Maps in the United States is complete. Or Google Maps. Is it Google's map or Google Maps? I don't know.
I mean, fair play to them. They paid for privacy and got it. All right, until this bloke decided to show up. I bet they watched this video and were fuming. But I don't know. I don't like the whole drone thing and how anyone can get one. Like, I was at a public beach a couple of years ago and there were drones flying around. There's like, there's women and kids walking about. You could have a lunatic sat up on the hill with a drone now. And it's legal. Man, I just think it's weird. I think it's really weird and dangerous as well, because eventually every kid will be getting a drone for a Christmas present one day, and there'll be millions of them flying around. We've all seen the videos, haven't we, about talking about Devil's Tower, that it's a mega tree that was chopped down. So in this next video, this guy just, I don't know how he did it. He just gets a helicopter and he flies up there to have a look. He's going to land on it. I mean, you got to admit that it is so flat. It looks like it was cut perfect. It's perfectly flat. That's a cool camping spot, though.
No, I'm good.
Oh, it's classic, man. He's going to throw a rock off the edge. It's exactly what I would do. Yeah, told you.
Okay. Ugh.
I knew what he was going to do. Every man will go up there and throw a rock off the edge. It is crazy, like, seeing it. I've never seen someone on top of Devil's Tower before, but it's so flat. Like, how can they explain that? They got all these rocks that are perfectly cut. I mean, look at the ones in the background. Look how perfectly horizontal they are. All right, so I don't know if you saw yesterday's video, but we did watch a clip about this house here. Now, if you haven't seen it, you're going to see it now. And there was a flashing light in Morse code for help as these people were driving past. That's so scary. Someone needs to go there. Not me, but someone. All right? And this video, it just basically breaks it all down. I'm interested, all right? I hope someone went here and found out what was happening, because there could have been someone trapped in here.
Something weird is happening in Plainfield, Illinois. 3 days ago, someone was driving by and noticed that the front porch light was blinking and realized it was an SOS signal. Not only is this property very much abandoned, but they weren't the only person who saw the SOS signal.
Plainfield, Illinois front and back porch lights were flashing SOS. I called 911 twice. Officers said they checked but didn't see or hear anything and wouldn't go back. 20 minutes later, the lights still flashing, and it sounded like someone was calling for help. Stay safe and alert.
Even see in the neighbor's video, this little white light right here, that's not the flashing light. The flashing light's like right here on the porch. This appears to be a police officer checking it out. When the neighbor followed up with police, they said they found nothing suspicious, except that the following night, someone was still flashing SOS. It has now been 3 nights, and this house is repeatedly having SOS signals being flashed via the front porch light. The woman whose parents lived here before it was abandoned back in 2020 is speaking out. She explains that this house also has a basement, and then explains like the layout of the house. Because guess what? Sheriff's office keeps getting called to this house, but all they're doing is checking the perimeter. A single officer has gone inside of the house to see if there is someone being held in the house, someone who is in trouble. Why are these lights flashing SOS for 3 nights in a row now? NBC has even reached out to the local police department trying to figure out what is going on, and their response has been they've checked the perimeter and everything looks secure. If someone is being held in this house, they have been in there for at least 3 days, signaling for help. We now know that not only has this house been abandoned since 2020, it also has a basement.
See, the thing is, my first thought was that if this place is abandoned, who's paying the electricity bill? And this is what I'm saying. Whoever is in that house, they're lucky that I didn't drive past, because if I was driving past and I saw a flickering light, I'll go, oh, look, their bulb needs changing. I wouldn't think of that. I wouldn't think that there's some Morse code for help. How did people know that? How do you figure that out? I don't know. There's just smarter people than me in the world, I guess. So my first reaction when I was watching this was possibly this is a video of a real reptilian, all right? But obviously there's obviously it's a real condition. It's a genetic condition called Axenfeld-Rieger syndrome. It's genetic, all right, and can cause a lot of issues. But that's crazy. I mean, I bet everyone that sees her probably thinks that she's possessed or something, you know?
Check it out. Every time I turn this tap on, this spider comes out and gets a little shower. Oh, getting a little shower. Turn it off. He runs away. Turn it back on. Here he comes, getting a shower.
Man, I hate spiders. Don't like looking at them. Don't like seeing photos of them. Don't like seeing videos of them. Nothing. All right. And even for me, and I'm a donut most of the time, but I know my fun facts about animals sometimes. I mean, I just discovered that chickens have a second hatch where the egg comes out. Yeah, I know. Poor spider just feels the vibrations in the web, thinking it's its dinner, and it's some bloke with a flipping tap.
This ordinary-looking drawing made by a 6-year-old doesn't appear to have anything that would be any kind of cause for alarm. On the surface, it just looks like a young kid playing in the front of their house. There's tons of smaller details in the drawing, such as his dad raking the leaves, his mom at the window, and a few cars in the street passing by. It all seems like an innocent drawing, but there's a bit of an unsettling backstory behind this. The 6-year-old boy who drew this is a very well-behaved and quiet kid according to his parents. I'll refer to him as Jake. He stays to himself most of the time, and his teachers describe him as a well-behaved child, just very, very quiet. He has a passion for drawing, and constantly draws pictures and writes little story picture books. Jake has one sibling who's currently 2 years old, who he has included in multiple pictures too. His mother says most of Jake's free time he spends either watching Cartoon Network or YouTube videos or drawing. There was no cause for alarm when his parents found this first picture. However, there was when they found a more recent picture that Jake had drawn. Here's another picture of Jake in front of the house, but maybe you've already spotted it.
It's a guy in the car.
There's an identical car in the street with the same person sitting inside. This time, it seems Jake is looking at the car in this picture waving. Jake's parents are not seen in this one, interestingly. But his parents were intrigued now about the car and who the person inside of it was supposed to be. So they questioned him. Jake explained that it was a car he'd always see out front and that the man sitting inside of it would always smile and wave whenever he saw him.
Uh-oh.
So the next day, Jake's parents took him outside to point out the car, but he said the car wasn't there. In fact, it wasn't for the next few days, until finally, one day while Jake was playing outside, he came running inside to his parents to say he saw the car again and the man was inside again. Jake's parents rushed outside to the front to look and saw the car speeding away past the house down the block. It was an old silver Buick, and Jake confirmed that was the car. It was none of the neighbors' cars. That much was known. Jake's parents went to all the neighbors and asked if they'd seen that car sitting in the street at all, to which all of them replied they had not, but that they'd keep a lookout. For a few days, Jake wasn't allowed to play outside unless his parents were there with him. But after the car didn't seem to return, Jake was once again allowed to play freely out front. But one day, he came inside and said that the man in the car was back and was trying to get him into his car. Of course, Jake's father ran outside as fast as he could, hoping to get to the car in time, but he saw it already down the block by the time he was outside. He tried chasing the car down in his car, but by the time he even got into his car, there was no way of tracking where the car went. Once again, Jake wasn't allowed outside of the house. The car wasn't seen outside at all for almost that entire week, until one night, unexpectedly, Jake's father was about to take the garbage out, when he noticed the car parked across the street. He took out his phone to begin recording and hopefully get the license plate number, and he tried to slowly get closer to the car without being obvious. But the driver clearly saw him, because the car turned on, then quickly drove away.
Why are you walking at it from the side on? Why would you walk at the car from side on, though? Like, surely you'd walk... I don't know, maybe he was trying to get a video of the driver, but...
Jake's father tried to follow the car and get the plate number, but he couldn't. This was the last time the car was ever seen. The car had clearly been parked outside multiple times watching the house, even past dark at later hours in the night. The driver of the car, according to Jake, would always smile and wave at him anytime they'd make eye contact with each other. And the last time Jake saw the car, the man inside started waving for him to come over, and even called out for him. Luckily, Jake was smart enough to go inside and tell his parents. It's not clear why the car would be outside even at night, considering the boy leaving the house alone at those hours would be extremely unlikely. Jake's parents brought the video to the police, but without a clear plate number, not much could be done. Jake's father went door to door asking each house on the block if they had cameras that caught the plate number, but he didn't have any good luck. The car never returned after this.
Right, if I was the dad here, I would upgrade my phone so I could actually take a picture of someone's license plate without being too close, because we all saw the video. It was filmed on a potato. If it was me, I'd be out there in all black, sat in the bushes, like camoed up, waiting for this car, and I would just do a sneak, right, get a picture of the plate, and then when he drives off, I'll just wait. I'll just follow him whilst on the phone to the police, and I'll be videoing it as well. I'd have another phone on to the police and driving the car. Well, I'm pretty sure I can't do that, but I would do something like that. And just follow the car whilst on the phone to the police. That's what I would do. But what would you do in this situation? That's what I'm interested in. I think I would be out there as well in the dark. Right, I'm going to talk to you all about something I've never spoken about before. It's not depressing. Don't worry. It's not, like, too deep. It's just a change in my life. So it feels weird to talk about. But I want to talk to you guys about it. So ever since I've started this channel, I haven't done it for fame or money or anything. I literally just started it because I love doing these videos. All right, I've done 120 something, and I'm not sick of them. I look forward to doing them every day. All right, and in the last couple of weeks, I've been recognised in where I live. Right, a couple times. How crazy is that? And I'm not even trying to. This isn't coming from a place of pride. It's just a crazy thing. Being recognised in public for these videos, that's crazy. So if you see me, come and have a chat with me, all right? Because I see the comments. I saw someone commented yesterday's video that they saw me, and because I was on the phone, they didn't want to interrupt. But do you know the crazy thing? I actually went out to get my hair cut, and I remember being on the phone, and then I upload a YouTube video, and someone says, "Hey, it's honestly," but like. You know the thing I worry about, and I've spoken to a couple of you who I've met out in public, and like, I don't want people to think that I'm better than them or I'm more important. You know what I mean? That's what I get anxiety about. When I talk to people, they get really excited, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's a strange thing. I've never dealt with it before. You know, I've kind of been a ghost my whole life, really. I'm not really that social, but so this is all new to me. It really is. So, yeah, if you do see me, come and have a chat. You know, I'd love to talk to you. And yeah, if I've got time, we can have a long chat about anything. If I'm on the phone, I'll call them back. It don't matter. But it's just incredible. And I'm so humbled and flattered by the support. And it's crazy. Like, I went out, I walked to the shop the other day to get a drink, and I was recognised on the way. And that was just 10 minutes. Crazy. But it's so cool to meet you guys in person, actually talk to people that watch my videos. It is cool. I love those conversations. So, yeah, I just thought I would share that with you. That's what I've experienced. And I didn't want to talk about it for a while because it's kind of a bit weird. And I don't want to come across like, oh, look at me, I'm famous. No, I don't care about that. I'm not famous. I'm just a guy that makes videos that are... Anyway, thank you all for the love and support, honestly, for all the messages, the likes, just you watching my video. This is just crazy, and I'm so happy. This is my dream. This has been my dream ever since I was a kid. So thank you all so much. And I'm super glad you enjoy these videos because I love doing them. All right? Every day I look forward to doing these videos. So thank you for allowing me to do it, putting me in a position to do this. All right? So thank you. And I'll see you all again tomorrow. I'll see you then.